Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Gladiators here on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast. Mr. Ron is still having a little bit of a technical issue. He should be joining us momentarily, but for now, I'm just going to hang out with you guys and we'll talk. Good evening, Jack. Excuse me. Sorry, pardon. Evening, Jack. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in chat tonight. How was your weekend? Hope it was good. Hope all the fathers that follow this page had a happy Father's Day yesterday. But yeah, we're just here to hang out, waiting on Mr. Ron. Like I said, hopefully his little technical problem he has is resolved soon. But for now, like I said, you have me. If there's something you want to talk about, sports related, put it in the chat. I mean, I know Ron's going to be pretty amped up about the Philadelphia Phillies being on the 6-game winning streak. We're getting closer and closer to the NFL season starting. There's a lot of rumors around certain players getting shuffled around, new teams, possibly a big blockbuster trade happening in the NBA. One did happen. Another one is now supposedly a rumor, so we'll see how that one pans out. There's no NASCAR race this weekend, so I don't have a NASCAR update. Yeah, so the floor is yours. If you want to chit-chat about sports, feel free. We'll let people pop in, file in, like we always do. But we hope everyone had a good weekend. We're back for another fun-filled week on the Basement Show. Tomorrow night's going to be a lot more crazy than usual. I'm not going to give that one away just yet. So stay tuned for the end of the show for that announcement. And then we have plenty of other shows this week going on. Wednesday night, we have our new Trivia Night segment we started. Thursday night is Open Mic Night, where you do chat. Come in, we can talk about pretty much anything. You guys ask questions, I answer them the best I can, and we just BS and have a good time. And then Friday night movie night this week, we can go back to talking movies, or we had a lot of fun last week talking about movie soundtracks. So Friday night is also up in the air. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we can talk about new releases coming out in the next couple of weeks, or we can jump back into the movie soundtracks. So let us know. Both are fun topics. Friday night movie night is our longest running show, so we always just try to up our game with that one and make sure more and more people are in tune and follow it on a weekly basis, so we get more chatter, I guess you can say. But yeah, other than that, the floor is open. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, let me know. I'm here for you guys. So, and like I said, hopefully we'll be joined by Mr. Ron very soon. And he's the sports maniac like I am. So, yeah. While we're waiting, let's put on some catchy background music that I fell in love with last week. Was that? There we go. Let's see. Let's start at the top tonight. There we go. Share this out. Let's get some more people involved and have a good conversation. So, anything that people in the chat want to talk about, feel free. If you just want to say hello, let us know that you're watching. I mean, that's always appreciated too. You may not like sports, but it might be your first time watching this show. So if you have questions about it, feel free. Like I said, just making a post real quick. Sports Gladiators. Stop on in and say hello. Good evening, everybody that's popping into the show. I hope everyone had a fun weekend. Yesterday is Father's Day, so all the fathers who follow our page, happy belated Father's Day to all you. Yeah. This is our Monday night Sports Gladiator show. We should be being joined by Mr. Ron very soon. So, yeah. If there's anything that people want to talk about, feel free to let us know. Just like I said, open forum. If you just want to say hi, we'll go from there. While we're waiting, let's see if I can pull up my second monitor. We'll pull up some MLB standings. Won't go too far into just what happened on, but we'll give some visuals on what we can talk about. Let's see. MLB standings. Here we go. Let's see. MLB standings. Is this a good one? It is. Perfect. Let's see. Present. Maybe you have a favorite baseball team that you follow. Just we can talk about where they're at in the standings, how they're doing this year. So let's see. Right off the bat, you have as of let's do that later. As of right now, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays are 51-24 with a 5-game lead over the Baltimore Orioles, who are a surprise team this year in the AL East. Then you have the Yankees 10.5 back at 39-33. Toronto weight behind them at 39-34, and Boston trailing at 37-35. But look at it, all teams are above 500. It makes for a good divisional race towards the end of the year. Plus, all the teams fighting for wild card positions. That's also very key in baseball. The American League Central, you have the Minnesota Twins at 36-36. Cleveland right behind them at 33-38, 2.5 out. Detroit at 31-40, White Sox 31-42, and then the Kansas City Royals at 19-53. So the last couple of years, this division has really dipped down a lot. I mean, later in the season, Minnesota and Cleveland separate themselves, but usually this division is like a sub 500 division. So I apologize in advance if you're a fan of any of these teams. I mean, I have family who is Cleveland fans, so naturally I go for them in these sense. Let's see. Daydreaming. And we'll leave this one on dance spot for a little bit. There we go. So I cut off on me. And then in the AL West, you have Texas at 44-27, the Angels at 41-33, Houston 39-33, Seattle's 35-35, and the lonely Oakland Athletics at 19-55. A lot of people are now even more upset that they got agreed payment to move the team to Las Vegas. Nevada is picking up a paycheck of, if I'm not mistaken, $380 million to make that move happen. That's a lot of money. I don't understand why they're doing it. I mean, there's a lot of history with the Oakland franchise, so the move the Athletics out of Oakland, I'm not really a fan of it. I wonder how you all feel about it. So if there's opinions about it, if you're a baseball fan, let us know. Then in NL East, you have the Atlanta Braves 46-26, the Florida Marlins at 41-31, the Phillies creeping up there at 38-34, 8 games out. The Mets 33-38, and then the Nationals at 27-44. So this week is a very important week if you're a Phillies fan, because they have a 3-game set versus the Atlanta Braves, and then we have a 3 or 4 game set versus the Mets. So you got some very crucial division games this week. And if you're Philly, you kind of need to win them. I mean, yes, you're on a 6-game winning streak. That is terrific. But if you look, so is Atlanta. So, I mean, it's nice to be getting hot at this early in the season. It's great. But you got to keep that precision going. Is a good way to put it. So, then in the NL Central, you have the Milwaukee Brewers right now at 37-34. The Cincinnati Reds, 37-35. That's surprising. Won't lie. They're also on an 8-game winning streak, which is phenomenal. You'd love to see that. Pittsburgh Pirates at 34-36. Chicago Cubs 33-38. And the St. Louis Cardinals at 30-43, but only 8 games out. So this is always a very tight division race. I love watching NL Central later in the season because these teams bicker and moan and complain at each other, but they love to play very tight October baseball, which makes for some really good matchups down in the season. And then in the NL West, you have the surprise Arizona Diamondbacks at 43-29, the San Francisco Giants at 39-32, the LA Dodgers at 39-33, the Padres, the multi-billion-dollar Padres, at 35-36, and the Colorado Rockies at 29-45. Now, I can tell you a lot of people had high hopes for both the Dodgers and the Padres, given the factor of payroll. Granted, the Dodgers have dumped a lot of cap over this past offseason, but the Padres are supposed to be like top tier in the National League. And if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, they want to be in the playoffs. I mean, so something has to give there. I mean, either they got to step up their game or make some changes. I mean, yeah. If you're just tuning in the chat, make sure to say hello. Let me know you're watching. If you have any questions about sports, this is your night. Monday night is our sports night talk. So we're waiting on Ron, who should be joining us momentarily. But otherwise, we're just talking. So if there's anything sports related that you would like to talk about, feel free to drop it in the chat. I like to acknowledge people who come in the chat. We appreciate the support. Some people just like to sit back and listen. That's also cool. Not everybody knows about sports or likes sports, so we try to change the things up a little bit. We have various different shows on this platform. Monday night is always sports night. Tuesday night is our entertainment night, where we have a laid-back, fun night where we play different types of games and stuff. Wednesdays we turned into a trivia night, so pop culture trivia, TV trivia, classic TV, that type of stuff. Thursday we do an open mic night where you, the chat, you can come in, just hang out, ask different questions, talk amongst each other, and just hang out with us. And then Friday night, since we started the show, has been called Friday Night Movie Night. And that is our longest running show, where we either dissect movies coming out, go over top 50, 100 movies of all time, different genres, or last Friday we did movie soundtrack night, which was an incredible hit. We got a lot of good feedback from it, so it's definitely something we would probably do in the future. So, like I said, let me know that you're in the chat. Say hello, good evening, whatever you want to do. I mean, we're here for you, so we want you to be involved with our discussion, whether you like the topic or not. So just let us know you're watching. But other than that, let's see. Wildcard standings. So that was regular season. So your AL division leaders, you have Tampa Bay in the East, Texas in the West, Minnesota in the Central, and then your AL wildcard teams, as of right now, would be Baltimore, the Angels, Houston, and the Yankees. So that would leave out Toronto by half game, Boston by 2, Seattle by 3, Cleveland. I mean, the only two teams I would say are probably mathematically out, unless they go on an incredible tear, would be the Kansas City Royals and the Oakland Athletics. Granted, both these teams have struggled over the last couple of years. It's like a never-ending rebuild, you might as well say. So, if you're one of those fan bases, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to diss your team when I say that, but they have a lot of work to do. Alright, in the National League, the Braves would be in for the East, Diamondbacks for the West, and the Brewers for the Central. And then your NL wildcard teams would be Miami, San Francisco, and the Dodgers by one game over the surging Phillies, which is a good place to be for the Phillies because the way they've been playing, it's like a rocky road almost. They're inconsistent, then they get back up, inconsistent. So to see them only one game out of a wild card spot at this early in the season is a slimmer of hope. I mean, they still got some work to do. All teams do. It's not even the All-Star break yet, so I'll be curious to see what happens later down the road. But like I said, if you look, the Padres, who are supposed to be one of the top teams in the National League, the players were to start today, they'd be out. They're 3.5 games behind the Dodgers. And if you're a Padres fan and know the talent that they have on that team, you're not too happy about it. I mean, Yeah, billion dollar Manny Machado, Juan Soto's out there now. The talent is endless, and they're not performing, which is kind of how the Phillies started the season as well. They were underperforming, so yeah. So I got for baseball. Like I said, if you're in the chat listening, if there's anything that you want to talk about sports related, drop it in the chat. Let me know you're watching. Appreciate everyone who is watching. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, so if you guys want to talk about something, let me know. Like I said, we should be joined by Mr. Ron soon. He's another one of our lovely sports guys. Everyone knows Ron, so. Let's see. Why is this not loading? Oh, there we go. And just look at the spring training results from the season. St. Louis was 17-7. Spring training doesn't mean anything in baseball. You don't really see your starters much. Like the Phillies, they finished 16-15. Whip-de-doo. But like you can see, like who has that good, decent team. And I'll make it come. So. And then in the Cactus League, you have the Angels. They finished at 18-11, so they're going better. See, like Kansas City, for example, they're a bottom dweller team, but they had a spring at 19-13, so kind of weird how it works out. Like you have a team that maybe only has 20 wins all season so far, and they had 19 in the spring. So it's just weird. Let's say something back real quick. But yeah, let me share this again. Try to get some people in here. Talk about your weekend. Let's go. So since we're waiting on for Mr. Ron, I'll open it up the floor. Anybody who wants to jump in and talk about whatever, feel free. I mean, if you just want to say hello, let us know that you're watching. If there's something sports related, if you want to talk about your weekend, the floor is yours. I'm opening it up to anybody who wants to say anything. So we'll stop sharing this for right now, and we'll just focus on me. So if you're watching in the chat, just let me know that you're entertaining my presence. I appreciate everyone hanging out. I know I'm not the best sounding guy. Not everybody likes sports too, so that's another thing. So yeah, I'm open for ideas. So anybody who is watching, if you want to say hello, let me know you're watching. What brings you in? Yeah, I appreciate it. It's Mr. Mike Russo. How's it going, sir? Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in the chat tonight. I hope you had a happy Father's Day. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. How are you, good sir? I hope you had a good weekend. So, we were talking a little bit of the MLB standings. So, we're going to talk some baseball. Let me know. Thank you, sir. Of course. Yesterday was your day, Mike. All about being a father. That's why it's called Father's Day. Let's change this up a little bit. Let's go to feeding the ducks. Yankees suck. I mean, Mike, if you look at it, they're not that far out. I mean, they're still presentable. I mean, let's see. One button. Share screen. Pull this back up. Mike, they're only, 39-33? They're still in the mix. And if the players were to start, they'd be in as a wild card team. They're tied for a wild card, I should say. But 39-33. Yeah, see, they got one more win than the Phillies do. So they're actually about the same as the Phillies. We have so many injuries. Well, you know how injuries are in baseball, Mike. Some are quick heroes, other ones linger for a while. It depends, like the severity of the injuries. Let's see if I can click on the Yankees, see what happens. Let's see. What close this? Oh, there you go. Tour Yankee Stadium. There you go. Roster. There you go. Injury updates. Let's see. Let's see. A toe sprain? Are you kidding me? He's going on the IR for a toe sprain. Aaron Judge has a toe sprain and he's going on the IR. Come on. Really? See, that makes sense. Like we had the IR with a shoulder injury. I can understand that. Shoulder injury, but you're going to go on the IL for a toe injury? Come on. Especially after you just got all that money. I'm sorry. Good evening, Diamond. Thanks for popping in and out on Twitch. Hope you had a good weekend, sir. Nice to see you. He has 2 ripped legs. Okay. Well, I'm just going by what I read when it says a toe sprain, okay? But now that you clarify that for me, Mike, I appreciate it. Toe sprains suck. And two ripped ligaments. Eee. That sounds kind of painful. Won't lie. Well, hopefully he can come back sooner than later. You're allowed to laugh all you want. I mean, I've had a couple toe injuries in my day, and they're not fun. So, but you say the Phillies are red hot. I mean, I was surprised to see them take all 6 games out west. They don't normally play that well out west, but they're teams that the Phillies should beat. With the Diamondbacks and Athletics. No, I am not laughing at you. I am laughing with you. Same thing. I don't mind. Laugh away, Mike. Laugh away. Ha 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 ha. You can laugh all you want, good sir. That's what this show is all about, having fun and laughing, okay? You know how it goes, Mike. Let's see. Philadelphia Philly. What kind of injuries are we dealing with? Let's see. Diesel. No, thank you. Yeah. Anyone who doesn't know who Diesel is, it is Shaquille O'Neal trying to be a DJ. Let's see. Why is my injury not popping up? Dude. News, no, video. I guess the Phillies don't have any injuries. Weird. I don't know. So, like I said, if there's any other things sports related you would like to talk about, let me know. Put it in the chat. I mean, I appreciate everybody hanging out. What else can we talk about? Let's see. NFL news. NFL news and rumors. Here we go. NFL rumors. The reason Stephon Diggs is reportedly unhappy at the Bills. The Buffalo Bills may have a situation ahead of the 23 NFL season, with Stephon Diggs reportedly frustrated at the team. Despite falling short in the NFL playoffs and most things seem to be fine. Be back in a bit, late dinner. Alright, Mike, thanks for popping in, buddy. Enjoy your dinner. But this offseason has presented itself with some problems, and including an unclear situation with Stephon Diggs. The star receiver missed a practice during minicamp, even though head coach Sean McDermott later set the record straight. Now many wonder whether everything is alright between the player and the team. Needless to say, Diggs plays an instrumental role in the Bills offense. However, it looks like he's not completely comfortable with the task he's given and how he's used with Josh Allen. Prima donna alert! Stephon Diggs reportedly unhappy with the role in Bills' offense. Diggs' frustration with his own role in the offense and his voice and play calling per league source pushed to the Bills' locker room. Sounds like a crybaby situation to me. So, I mean, come on, Stephon. Like, you're getting paid a lot of money. Suck it up, Buttercup. If not, you're going to find yourself way out of town really quick, because teams nowadays will not put up with this. Especially when you're in a top tier team like Buffalo, who's like maybe 1-2 games away from making a difference and making the Super Bowl. Now you're going to sit there and say you're unhappy with your role? Nah, that's not going to fly, buddy. Let's see, Yardbreaker. This is always a good site to use. Giants urge to trade star running back Saquon Barkley. Because he won't sign his tender because he wants a fair deal in the running back market. Even though he is getting a little bit older, he still wants to be paid the fair price, as they always say. Let's see what else we have. Ship has sailed on Ravens bringing back 3-time Howler. So it sounds like Marcus Peters not going to be back with the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see. I know the one big news out of Baltimore also is Ray Lewis's 28-year-old son died last week, which was kind of tragic and kind of sudden. So, what else do we have? Let's see if I can find some Eagles news. What do you think? Philadelphia Eagles news. We'll close that up real quick. Let's see. Philadelphia. Spell that'd be great. Eagles. Football news and rumors. Here we go. News and rumors for the Philadelphia Eagles. Three things you want to see. Philadelphia Eagles news, breaking news. Here we go. Top 25 current Eagles. The process behind the top 25 started with Cash. So it looks like number 25 on the top 25 Eagles right now is Mr. Kenny Gainwell, who's going to be going into the season as our starting running back, apparently. Gainwell has the highest overall ranking and wins the tiebreaker, putting Jurgens at number 26. So they have Gainwell and Cam Jurgens at 25 and 25A. So, where is this full list at? Why can't I not find this list? No. Ooh, Eagles among the highest in dead cap space, though. That's not good. Dead cap in the NFL is never a good thing. Saying the Eagles will carry north of $50 million in dead cap. Yikes. That's not good. According to Over the Cap, the Eagles are currently slated to have $54.73 million in dead cap space. The only team in sport that will have higher amounts of dead money this coming season are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, $75.3 million, LA Rams, $74.2 million, and the Green Bay Packers, $57.1 million. Yikes. Here are the 10 players who combined to make up that $54.7 million. So, since they avoided out his contract last year, Fletcher Cox, $15.36 million. Javon Hargrave, $11.9 million. Brandon Brooks is still on the books for $9.8 million. Isaac Salomolo, $7.5 million. James Bradbury, $4.97 million. Jalen Vega, $1.8 million. Kazeel White, $1.1 million. And Anthony Harris, $997,000. TJ Edwards, $711,000. And Devon Taylor, $208,000. Even as one of the teams with the highest amount of dead cap space, the Eagles still have $13.8 million in cap space to work with. That's more cap space than 15 other teams have, including division rivals Washington, who has 11.5, and then New York Giants, who only has $3.8 million. So yeah, it sounds like they have a lot of dead cap, but they also have money to play with, which is a scary thing. Because if you don't have that much dead cap space, you're probably looking at about $20 million in cap room. I mean, Howie's been wonderful with this cap. I don't know how he does it. I give him credit. So, let's see. What else we have on here? The Kobe Dean set for a breakout season next season. We know that. Derrick Henry to the Eagles. I messed up the trade. Good. I don't want Derrick Henry in Philly anyway. I mean, as much as it would be nice to have a back like Derrick Henry playing with us, I don't know if I would really prefer to have him. I mean, he is an aging back. He's a 3-down back, don't get me wrong, but with the depth we have in that running back room, you bring somebody like Derrick Henry in, a lot of those players now become expendable, and like you can't use them as you want. It sucks. So, sorry, Derrick, you're a great player, but stay out of Philly. Let's see. I'm gonna see what else I can find. Top remaining NFL free agents. Here we go. Top remaining NFL free agents. Here we go. 100 best. Here we go. I'll share this. Alright. Top remaining free agents. Let's see. So, yeah, number one. Well, I don't think this list is completely updated, but this says Bobby Wagner still a free agent. Javon Clowney, I know is still a free agent for sure. Beckham signed with the Baltimore Ravens. Rockenston, I don't know if he signed yet. Decent player on this list. Elliott still a free agent. He hasn't signed anywhere. Rodney McLeod, Foster Monroe. I think Marquise Hardway signed with somewhere. Yeah, see, Odemea Zacchaeus, he signed with Philly. So this list isn't 100%. I think Nelson Aguilar signed with Baltimore. Nicholas Morrow, he signed with Philly. So that list is inaccurate. 10 days ago. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, so this one's more updated. Cool. Maybe let's see if we can get rid of this. Maybe. Nope, that doesn't do nothing. Nope. But you have Dalvin Cook, who is 28 entering the season. He's still a free agent. DeAndre Hopkins is a free agent still, going to be 31 this year. Nurkic, who's an all-pro pass rusher. He's going to be 28, still unsigned. Marcus Peters, who last played for Baltimore, going to be 30 this year. Dalton Wisner, who last year played with Denver, is 28. He is fits a gap run scheme as a close quarters mauler. Okay. Javadian Clowney, gonna be 30. Teddy Bridgewater, 30, gonna be this year. Justin Houston, Marvin Ingram, John Johnson III. Wow, Kareem Hunt's still a free agent. I didn't know that. See, if we didn't get DeAndre Swift for Philly, I could see us maybe looking at someone like Kareem Hunt, even though he has a shaky past. Zeke Elliott, still a free agent. So yeah, that's some pretty good talent right there. So let's see. Does this give me a better list? No, this is back from March. Nope, this all goes back to the beginning of free agency. So Hardman signed with the Jets. Okay, so Jets are rebuilding their offense big time now, especially they got Aaron Rodgers in the fold. Feature revised deal with Jalen Mills. Okay, so Mills is going back to the Patriots, which I didn't think that was going to happen, but that's good for Mills. The Vikings were able to fit defensive end Marcus Davenport in a $6.2 million cap hit under the cap by officially processing Harrison Smith's reconstruction. Okay. Wait, they got Davenport? Oh boy, I like Davenport. Anyone who knows me from before, Marcus Davenport is a beast defensive end from UTEP. He was drafted by the Saints a couple years back. What team should go after? Elliott still. Beckham's in Baltimore. Hopkins is still a free agent. We all know about the Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets by now. So yeah, I mean, very slow. Like I said, I usually like having Ron on here so we can go back and forth about certain topics. So, like I said, hopefully he gets on soon. If not, we'll just call it a night and regroup for tomorrow night. I mean, we'll see. Let's see if I can actually find something real quick. Top 10. I don't know that one. There you go. Let's have some fun. Why not? You only live once, right? Present. Let me first bring this up. Hold the sound. So this is the TSN top 10 plays of the decade. Like I said, I don't know how old this is, but we're gonna have some fun. Why not? You only live once. Let's see, routine wide ball going to deep left center. Okay. Wow, that's a what a strike! Wow, from the warning track all the way up to the first base in the air. Wow, that's annoying. If I could pull that off, I'd be very, very happy. And breaks right when he threw it near. That's what you call warning track power. Next, we have the Rangers and the St. Louis Blues. Tarasenko. Just filthy. Whoop. There you go. I'll let this go. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. And now the funny part is he plays for the Rangers. Let's fast forward a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh! 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 See, that, a nice drawing kick. Going backwards with his opposite foot. Wow. Now you have... Oh, I missed one. Hold on. Defenseman playing goal. He's sliding across the crease. Look at that. That's a save and a half for you. Get the goalie. The infamous lateral play for the Dolphins versus Patriots. I remember watching this live. This was great. So, last play of the game, you always have those big defenders that knock down the pass. Well, the Dolphins pulled off one of the best laterals ever. I think it was only 2 or 3, to be honest with you. Nice block there. Gronkowski hasn't played defense. So, yeah. Bonehead play by Gronkowski, that's for damn sure. Let's stop showing that. Break that down so I don't get in trouble. But yeah, it's one of those must-see plays that you don't see often happen in the NFL. So I'll commentate these. 5-5 going into with about 5 seconds left in overtime. 2, 1. Oh wow! Game-winning goal in overtime with 1.1 second left on the clock, and he went between his legs. Sick. Matthew Tkachuk, who is now a member of the Florida Panthers, but when he scored this goal, he was with the Calgary Flames. Number 4, Tampa Bay and Toronto. Oh, that's a nice robbery. Looks like a short bat home run. Guy timed to jump just right. Reaches over and pulls it back. Insane. Wow. I always wish I could do something like that playing baseball, but I wasn't that good. Number 3, we have Arsenal and CP. Arsenal sets the ball in. Ew! So he's trying to keep himself from going off sides. Ball is forward, and his leg goes up behind him and he kicks it in. That's impressive. I will give you that, sir. Number 2, the Beckham catch versus the Dallas Cowboys. If you haven't seen this by now, he's basically pulled down, falls backwards with his one arm, catches the ball before a touchdown. I mean, it basically made his career. I'll put it to you that way. I think that was actually his rookie season, if I'm not mistaken. So that was number 2 on the list. What could be number 1? Let's see. Number 1, I'll pull it up for you. Oh, no, not this one. Come on. Boink, 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 and in. It sent Toronto to the finals and the Sixers home. At the buzzer, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bunks off the rim and it goes in. Probably one of the most heartbreaking defeats in watching live on TV. I mean, yeah, piss poor. That's all I can say. Piss poor. Very upsetting if you're a Sixers fan that day. Extremely upsetting. But, yeah, anyone that wants to talk anything or say hi, we can chit chat about pretty much anything. I'm waiting to see if Ron's jumping on. Hashtag guess I'm here for John. Evening, Andrea. Thanks for popping in. Ron's having some technical difficulties. He's hoping to hop in soon. But, no, if not, I'm here. So, yes, you are here for John. I appreciate you popping in, Andrea. It's nice to see you in chat. I hope you had a good weekend. But, yeah, we're just vibing and hanging out. So, welcome in. Put some music back on. What do you think about the Beal trade? Okay. What do I think about the Brandon Beal trade? Good question. I think it is ridiculous that Phoenix is trying to go all in, so now you're going to have Brandon Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, if they don't win next year, Andrea, I don't know what Phoenix has to do. I mean, you have the pieces in place now, but the question is, can they all coexist? That's the biggest question I always ask when you build these super teams is can all these stars mix well together to be comfortable enough to actually win all of it. I mean, you see it time and time again. Like teams try to build multiple superstar teams, and they never seem to work out. So I hope in Phoenix's case it does, because it wasn't really that much to give up in a sense. I mean, you only gave up Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, who is originally drafted by the Sixers, and multiple second round picks. To get a player like Brad Beal for that caliber of a trade, it's really not bad. It's actually a pretty good deal. So I'm curious to see how it works out because I'm with you. The super teams never work out. No, I mean, because you put too much into one basket. I'm glad to get. Hey, I like Landry Shamet, okay? He was always good with Philly. He's a good role player. He's good off the bench. You can't project more than 10, 15 minutes for the kid. But if he gets hot, he has a heck of a shot. I will put it to you that. But, no, super teams that you just put too much pressure on them to the point that they underperform. So, I mean, look at the Lakers. They had one of the worst records with their super team. Perfect example. Absolutely. I mean, as the really good example, Andrew. I mean, the Lakers always build a super team, but they never got anywhere. I mean, but when you have one or two stars, but then you have that complete role players around them, that's when you see teams winning championships. Like, I'll use the Denver Nuggets issue as the example. You have a superstar like Jokic. You have that secondary star like a Jamal Murray. But the rest of that team, they're just a bunch of role players that all coexist well together. They all know their roles on that team. Now, when you throw in a team like Phoenix, remember, there's only one basketball. You have now Durant, Beal, and Booker, who all like to shoot the ball. They each average probably close to, 23 field goals a piece per game? That's 60 shots just between three players. Now, what happens to players like Cameron Payne? Like I said, Ayton. You probably know Phoenix better than I do, but like, you put too much eggs in a basket for three players. Now you forget that there's other players on the team. So I mean, if they can make it work, kudos. I give them credit, but it is a lot of work to do and big shoes to fill. That is for sure. Since I have you in here, Andrew, I don't know if you're still listening or not, but then there was another report of a trade I saw today that sent, it's just a rumor, that sent Zion Williamson to the Nets for Ben Simmons for like 4 picks. Oh, hello, Ron.
Hello there, sir.
Nice to see you.
How you doing?
Good. How's the Wi-Fi? Everything good?
It's up and down, so hopefully I got it figured out.
I hope so too. Nice to see you.
Yep, thanks.
Wonder if it'll be a ball hog situation. Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about the Bradley Beal trade to the Phoenix Suns for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and multiple second-round picks and a couple of pick swaps.
Yep.
I mean, I was just telling Andrew was hanging out with us in chat for a little bit, that now you have Devin Booker, Brandon Beal, and Kevin Durant all on one team. So can the three of those coexist to make the Phoenix Suns finally get over the top?
Yeah, well, the only problem with that is there's only one ball.
Exactly.
So it'll depend on if they can be cohesive together, because collectively they all have reputations as being less of a distributor and more of a ball handler.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that would be a concern, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was telling Andrew, because you figure those three players alone average want to shoot at least 20 times a game.
Yep.
And now, like I said, you only have one ball, so now you forget that they have pieces like Cameron Payne, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, it's a good team. Don't get me wrong, but you're putting too many megastars on one team, and they never
Yeah.
work.
They have very rarely worked. And if they have worked, they've worked for a short term. Like the original first super team with the Miami Heat, it worked for a year, but then after that, not so much.
Yeah, the Auto Eagles got in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what she was saying. Like, I mean, look at the Lakers. They had one of the worst records with their super team.
Yep.
When you had LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and Westbrook was lousy. I mean, honestly, they had to have regretted bringing him on.
Oh, I'm sure. And then, as you were popping in, there's another report out there. Now the Nets are supposedly in the Zion Williamson sweepstakes. So it would be Zion Williams going to Brooklyn for Ben Simmons and 4 picks.
Why would anybody want Ben Simmons at this point?
Well, if I'm the Nets, I'm trying to get rid of that contract.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could see it on the Nets side. And I mean, even if they, because they have to match money for money, even if they send Simmons there and he never plays, it could, they're really only doing it for the draft capital.
True. And then Andreas asked, where do you hope or want Dame Lillard to wind up? I would love him in Philly, but that's not going to happen.
No. And I don't want him to land with Boston or Milwaukee.
I wouldn't be surprised. This is a real shot in the dark if he doesn't wind up with the Miami Heat.
That's possible.
Him and Butler teaming up down in South Beach.
Yeah, I mean Butler. These finals have shown that Butler needs help.
Yes.
So they have to bring somebody in who can complement him, so that he doesn't feel like he has to carry the team on his back every single night.
Yeah, kind of what he had to do in the finals. I mean, so Andrew agreed. I really think he'll end up in Miami. I mean, that's the one that makes the most sense right now because you can trade a couple of role players and you still have draft capital to go out and get somebody like a Dame Lillard. So
yep, yeah, that would be a good move if they were to make that move. And is Pat Riley still in charge?
Yeah, I think so.
Then absolutely, it's a potential possibility because Riley knows the game.
Yeah,
and he knows that Butler needs help, and if he's got an opportunity to give him help, and it doesn't cost them the farm, then I think that it's something that they'd be interested in doing.
Yeah, I mean, so. Anyway, I gotta get to bed. I'm exhausted from driving all day. Andrew, it was good to see you in chat. I love talking basketball here. She is very knowledgeable when it comes to a game of basketball. Yep. So wonderful to see her pop in chat even for 5 minutes. So get some rest, Andrew. We hope to see you again soon.
Absolutely.
And then while you were away, we had a Mr. Russo sighting in chat.
Oh, nice.
We were talking a little bit about baseball. He was saying how the Yankees suck, that they have so many injuries, and I had pulled up that Judge has a toe sprain. So I started bad-mouthing Aaron Judge, but then Mike clarified that he has 2 ripped ligaments in his toes.
Okay.
And he was also saying how the Phillies are red hot.
They are.
I didn't go too much into baseball, so if you want to backtrack.
13 out of 15. Schwarbtober has begun.
Schwarbtober,
yep. Wawa is very excited that June is Schwarbfest along with Hoagie Fest, and he's on fire. I mean, he's in the top of the league in homers again. He's on a scorching pace. back in the leadoff spot, and he had three leadoff homers in the last week.
Wow.
So insane.
Yeah.
To get that first run on the board right out the gate has been so instrumental into some of these wins that we've had over the course of the last couple of weeks.
True.
And nothing's better than, doing a Ricky Henderson, which very shortly will now be called doing a Schwarber and hitting a leadoff homer.
Yeah. My biggest thing that I seem to notice, though, yes, they won 6 games in a row. I'm not taking away from that. They beat up Arizona more than they beat up Oakland. I thought the Diamondbacks would be a little bit more of a challenge, and you would have the closer 3-2 games that you saw in Oakland. And I thought what you saw in the games in Arizona would be what you saw in Oakland.
But Oakland was playing pretty good ball in the last 2 weeks.
True.
I mean, they've actually gotten some decent offensive stats and decent pitching over the course of the last 2 weeks. Although they still got pitchers that are sitting with a 10 ERA.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, they definitely they're not the worst in the league anymore because I think that them and Kansas City are neck and neck for that.
Yes.
Right now. So we beat up on Oakland, that's fine. But you got the Braves starting tomorrow. So
you have a very big week coming up. You have
Atlanta
and then the Mets.
I'm thinking if, I'm not saying they're gonna, but if we can take 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, then there's going to be a lot more people who are jumping on the bandwagon saying that, we got something going on. I mean, right now, you beat Arizona, you beat the Dodgers in a series, you beat Arizona in a series. Those are big series, no doubt. Okay, but the way it's been through the course of the beginning of the season is you played these great teams tough, and then you're going to give it up to a team, I'm going to say like Oakland, but luckily we didn't do that with Oakland. But, teams like the Nationals, teams like the Mets, who are not playing good ball, we can't afford to sleep on them.
No, I 100% agree here. Another thing they're going to be playing this weekend a lot, especially towards the end of the week, is going to be the weather. Supposedly from Wednesday on, it's supposed to be a lot of rain. That you hope it doesn't cancel these games, because if that's the case, your pitching schedule is completely out of whack.
True. That's true.
I mean, so hopefully there is some weather gods up there who let it rain a little bit, but not enough to postpone these games. Now that you have multiple double headers and stuff like that, because
right.
I think that in the end hurts the Phillies.
Ultimately, yeah. So the big news over the last couple of days is a lot of different sources, a lot of national sources have indicated that they think that it's very likely that the Phillies are targeting Paul Goldschmidt, last year's NL MVP. There are other sources who say they've got to get a 5th starter. Okay. My personal belief is I would be thrilled at the potential of adding Paul Goldschmidt to this lineup. I mean, he's a Gold Glove first baseman, which will boost us defensively with some of the miscues that we've had over there.
True.
He's right now hitting in the 290s.
Okay, too.
Which, if you look at the platoon, which is Bohm, Bone moves to first, and then Sosa is at third. Sosa's batting like 220. Cody Clemens, although he's had some really key hits, he's had some good performances over the course of the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He's not an everyday first baseman. So the possibility of adding Goldschmidt to this offense is probably the scariest lineup that this team has had since going back to like the 93 or the 08 World Series teams.
Okay. I mean, I did read also today that they elevated Derek Hall off the IR, and he's going to spend some time in Lehigh Valley. So it's a good piece to get back. If you are going to go after someone like Paul Goldsmith, maybe you can throw him in as like a trade piece.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great to have Goldschmidt, who would be right-handed power, off, which they're kind of lacking right now. Be nice to, with Harper has his power numbers just aren't there right now, and we're missing some of that power from him. Adding Goldschmidt kind of fixes that problem as well. So I'm all in. I'm all in for Goldschmidt.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Only time will tell how that works out. I mean, I think this week's going to be a big testament to that. Rather, we're contenders or pretenders, as they always say it.
Okay.
And it's going to start, I think, tomorrow night, because you have game one of the Braves series tomorrow night. You have Ranger Suarez versus Shane Strider tomorrow night.
Right.
Which is Atlanta's ace. And a pretty damn good pitcher at that, too.
Right.
So, I mean, if they can get 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, sure, then you actually have something. You're building that momentum going forward. So getting a piece like Goldsmith, I could see definitely helping. But if you come out flat and lose in the next 2-3 games versus Atlanta, now all of a sudden you go from 8 games out to 11 games out.
Yeah.
Now your whole mindset kind of changes in a way.
If you're going to trade for Goldschmidt, you're probably going to lose Mick Abel, who's currently the Phillies' number 2 prospect, a right-handed pitcher, the one behind Painter.
Gotcha.
More than likely, that's going to be the price.
I mean, like I just said, if you find out that you have Mo down, then yeah, that's something you have to consider moving on from. But I don't know what Goldsmith's contract situation is, if he's a free agent after this year, stuff like that. That also takes into play.
Yeah.
Because my biggest thing is I don't like going all in for a certain player, knowing that player has no intention on coming back to us the following year if he's a free agent.
Right.
Well,
what it does is that because Hoskins was in his contract year, obviously next year Hoskins becomes a free agent.
Yes.
So the money you would have had to pay Hoskins, you could pay to Goldschmidt. If you move Hoskins in a deal.
The question is, I would have to look it up. Who's younger, Hoskins or Goldsmith?
Oh, Hoskins, no doubt. Okay. But who's a proven commodity and who's still
up in the air?
Up in the air, yeah. I mean, is it the known or is it the unknown?
Could be both.
could be. You never know.
I mean, yeah. That's the funny thing about MLB. It's so unpredictable, up and down. Just like 1 minute you could be a hot team, the next minute you could be a shit team. So, like, it's nice to see the Phillies win those 6 games in a row, but then you also look above you. Atlanta's won 6 games in a row. So something's got to get.
And the Marlins are on a hot streak too.
Yeah.
Who are also ahead of us. So, as good as we've been, the teams in front of us have been hot as well.
True. And then I don't know if you follow. Well, I'm sure you follow all baseball. There's another team that is surprising me, and I was looking at the standings. They're on an 8-game winning streak as well. The Cincinnati Reds are coming up.
The Reds, yeah. Yep.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
I was looking
Well,
at
I'm
the
also
standings.
surprised that Baltimore's playing as well as they're playing right now too. And
Yeah,
they're playing pretty good ball as well.
I mean, like I said, that's the funny thing about MLB. Like these teams that are built to win are struggling, but then that team that built from scratch is now blossoming. Is a good way to say it. Like
Yeah.
the seeds are sprouting finally. Like if the playoffs were to start today, a team like the San Diego Padres would be out of the playoffs. And look at
Yeah.
their payroll.
Yeah. True.
Like you try to put all these key players on one team, like any sport, and they falter.
I mean, it's just a matter of time before they realize they made a mistake with Mikado.
Well, Manny Machado, Juan Soto's out there now.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think Soto is not so much a mistake as Machado was.
yeah, well, Machado was what, 13 years?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they paid him Bryce Harper money, and he hasn't been nearly as productive as Bryce Harper's been.
Very true. And then didn't he opt out of his contract and get a new contract?
I believe that he did because that was built into his contract that he signed.
Yeah. So that just tells me right there he's not. He had it in his mind that okay, I'm not going to be fully committed to this team past 4 or 5 years. That I need to revisit this contract at that point with somebody like Harper. I want no trade clause. I don't want no opt outs. I'm here the entire time of that contract.
Right, exactly.
Like,
Which was a statement. I mean, it was a commitment and a statement, and he's done nothing but back it up ever since.
Yeah.
So, you gotta throw, tip your hat to a guy like Harper, who made that commitment to the city, to the team, and not only that, he's been instrumental in bringing guys, attracting other guys like Turner.
Yeah. I mean, Bryce Harper, the type of player that you have two perspectives about, like two different views. Like he's on, say, the team like the Nationals when he came up, gets drafted, comes up. Man, what a cocky, arrogant son of a bitch this guy is, but he's good. But then he comes to your team, like, damn, I actually really like this guy.
Yeah.
He's a good all around player, hard nosed player, gets the job done, backs up his talk. I mean,
he's still cocky, but he's ours.
Yeah, your whole persona switches.
It's different. Yeah, it makes it totally different.
I don't know if that makes sense or not. I mean,
absolutely, it makes sense. The kind of guy you love it when he's on your team, but you hate him when he's on another team, especially a rival.
Yeah, he shut me up. I'll put it to you that way.
He plays the game the right way.
Yeah,
he's Chase Utley with more pop.
That is a damn good scenario. I like that.
Yeah, he hustles. He's a team guy. He's a leader. I mean, all those things are the same thing that Utley brought to the table.
Yeah, that is a very good comparison. I mean, shit, I'm dumbfounded now.
Yeah.
Damn, I could have said that better myself. Way to go.
Thank you.
Sorry, but I'm just at a loss for words right now. I'm going to take a moment to myself.
That's unusual.
And that's why I was telling people I hope Vaughn gets this problem fixed because I like talking sports with Vaughn. He puts me in my place.
No, that's not exactly true. I mean, I'd like to think that we complement each other very well.
True. Well, you missed Andrew's hashtag earlier. Hashtag guess I'm here for John.
Nice.
First thing she writes in the chat. Every single time. I mean, I get it. I'm not the most popular guy in the show, but it's my show after all, so you guys got to deal with me.
This is true.
Except Tuesday night.
And I being the outsider, have just kind of weaseled my way into this whole thing, and I couldn't be happier personally. But I'm I'm on the like second ring.
Well, I'll put it to you this way, okay? You want the outside. We finally let you out of the closet
Yep.
and realize how much of a true asset you were to the show. So if you want, we can always put you
Oh.
back in the closet.
No, I'm definitely out for good.
I'm just saying. That intro is classic. Having you come out of the closet, so I'm picturing it in my head.
Yeah, me and my son came up with that on short notice, and we were like, okay, what
It
can
can
we
be
do? And
it can be
then
perceived multiple ways.
yes, indeed, indeed.
But no, I mean, other than that, I mean, we're getting closer and closer to probably about a month and a week away from training camp starting for the Eagles.
Yep.
Um, the Flyers, I have no idea what the hell they're fucking doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think they do yet. I mean,
Well,
it's pretty clear that Jonesy and Briere have a vision. Um, it looks like they're going to be given, reign to do what they want to do. But the one thing that came out of this whole scenario is that Tortorella just became so powerful in this whole deal. Tortorella pretty much is going to wield ultimate influence on this team going forward. There's guys that are going to go. I mean, Carter Hart's going to be gone. Kevin Hayes is going to be gone. I mean, the team's going to look a lot different, but it's going to be a younger team. It's going to be a team that plays defense, and it's going to be a team that skates well. If their history means anything, those are the attributes I think that they're going to be looking for.
true. I mean, what else I was going to bring up is you're basically going to have an all former NHL front office.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the couple moves they did a couple weeks ago. They brought Patrick Strutt back to be
Okay.
head of relations for scouts and stuff.
Okay.
And then they brought back Johnny LeClaire for a front office position.
Right.
I mean,
and then another team in the league hired Simone Gagne as a GM.
Really?
Yeah.
What team was this?
Last week.
I gotta look. Now I'm curious. Because if it's a division team, we're screwed. Because Gagne is smart.
Yeah.
Let me look. See if I can find it. Now you gotta be curious. Simone Gagne. Let's see. Okay.
Quebec. It actually wasn't an NHL team. It was a junior team.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah.
The Quebec Ramparts.
Yep.
Have started to rebuild after this week's departure of head coach and general manager Patrick Roy.
Yep.
So he's taking Patrick Roy his position.
Patrick Roy. Today is Mo Howard's birthday, by the way.
I did see that this morning.
Yes.
Patrick Roy. Come on, Roy. Sorry. Had a tin cup moment for a minute.
He was a real hockey geek.
Mo Howard. I haven't heard that name in a while besides for today.
Yeah, man.
Do.
Comic genius.
But yeah, there was no NASCAR race this weekend, so you have no NASCAR minute.
Oh, damn.
I know you're so I almost said butthurt. Upset about that.
No, my butt's just fine. Thank you very much.
What else? We talked about Phillies. Eagles, there's not much really going on. They had another round of OTAs last week. I mean,
yeah. I'm still extremely excited about the potential of this team. There was an interview this week with an unnamed NFC executive. And his exact quote was, "The Eagles' defensive front is ridiculous." how can you lose a guy like Hargrave and Sue and Joseph and actually upgrade?
Well,
Because now you had Carter, you had uh, Carter,
Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith. Um, you've added a couple linebackers. You solidified the defensive backs. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the Eagles' defense is just
Scary.
scary. They are scary. I mean, if Sean Desai does anything, they're just going to be dominating teams. I mean, given they're going to be playing a better graded quarterback than they played last year,
Mm-hmm.
but I've seen very few national people who have called for the Eagles to win less than 12 games even with the harder schedule, with
Yeah.
one of the hardest schedules in the NFL this year.
It's not the hardest schedule. I think they're number one or number
No,
two.
they were number 2 in a lot of lists.
Um, there's another player they added recently who I really like too. I'm gonna see if I can find his name real quick. He's a defensive player. Um, hold on. That doesn't help me. Come on. This one does. What's that? Um, there it is. I got him. Sorry, I almost hit the wrong button. I'm gonna share my screen so it's easier to pull this up.
Okay.
Kadarius Street.
Okay.
He's a basically like another defensive tackle, big body. They got him from the Saints. They brought him in as a free agent. He's only on a
Right.
1 year deal, but he's another rotational piece
Mm-hmm.
that will fit in that anchor the defense. I mean, and he's only 27. He's young.
Yeah. And
So
and honestly, I would not be shocked if during training camp we sign Sue back.
true.
I would not be shocked at all. And we've got, he comes back on a team friendly deal. If he doesn't get an offer anywhere else, he's already indicated he'd love to come back. And if we were smart, we would have him because he had a great year last year for a guy who was only pulling down, a couple $1,000,000. And
True.
we've got the room under the cap to bring in a guy like that.
13.2.
Yeah. And I mean, he'd probably only cost you 2 or 3
True.
to just be a rotational piece, but a guy that could step in there and do the job,
Yeah, because I had talked about earlier a little bit. There was an article. Eagles are the fourth highest team right now in dead cap space. They're
Yeah.
carrying a dead cap hit this year of $54.7 million,
Mm-hmm.
and that's from voiding all the contracts that they voided last year.
And that goes dramatically down next year.
Yes, but that being said, they have all that dead cap space, but they still have $13.8 million in cap space.
Right. Because Howie's
I don't know how he does it.
he's a freaking magician.
That's what I said. It's incredible.
He hasn't won executive of the year 4 times by accident.
Yeah. And I think this is the last year you see him in the Eagles jersey. Derek Barnett, I think he might be a training camp casualty.
It could be.
I mean, oh, these ads popping up. Who else? We have Blankenship, who he said is going to take over for Johnson Garner.
He's going to start. Blankenship's definitely going to start, I think.
Do I have depth chart? I don't think they have a depth chart yet. Maybe.
Nah, probably once training camp starts. I mean, there's a preliminary one, but it's really going to take shape once camp starts.
But like, just looking at this 90-man roster, they got so much depth.
Yeah,
Like you don't know like where to even start breaking down this team.
yeah. It's a lot of talent.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to let go of some of these young players to keep some of the talent in.
Yep.
Like I'll use him as an example. Could he be on his way out? Avante Maddox.
I don't think so. I think he's good.
So you think Maddox should say okay?
I think Maddox is still your nickel.
Because they were supposed to be really happy with like Josiah Scott. You got Josh Joby coming back still. You have another undrafted rookie that you picked up from uh what was his name? Ricks. Yeah, Eli Ricks from Alabama,
Okay.
who's an undrafted rookie this year. You had Janoris Robinson, who you got last year from the Vikings, who didn't play at all last year. He's a pass rusher.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so hard to get a judge on this team.
It's a lot of talent. And like I said, camp usually takes care of a lot of that.
Yeah, very true. I mean, if we stay healthy, if we have a good camp, we stay healthy through camp preseason. Granted, we have that hard schedule. I think we make another run.
It's definitely possible. Definitely possible.
I'm excited.
And I heard a debate today on WIP,
Oh boy.
and I thought it was very interesting. And the debate was this: who do you keep? And I just lost my train of thought completely.
Oh boy.
Totally lost my train of thought. Sorry.
It's all right.
Moving on.
I thought I'd give you a second to see if it came back.
Yeah, it'll come back in a minute.
Okay. Well, another article I was reading a little bit beforehand, Dalvin Cook's come out and said he would like to team up with DeAndre Hopkins. Is there a team that can get both of them under a fair deal that could be like a top candidate to bring both of them in as one?
No, because both of them are not looking for team friendly deals. They're looking to get paid.
Okay.
That's why they left the teams they left.
So there's no chance that either of them wind up on the same team.
Not likely, but not impossible. I mean, there are a couple teams that have quite a bit of cap room,
Okay.
but you have to see what their needs are and kind of go from there.
True.
And see how their rookies pan out in training camp. They may be guys that are, not signed until after camp is well underway.
Very true. And then another article I read, Stephon Diggs is apparently unhappy in Buffalo.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I don't think that he's going anywhere. At least not this year.
I'd say suck it up. I mean, you're a key part of that offense. You're always going to be. Sure, they bring in pieces like Dalton Kincaid, a couple of running backs, another wide receiver,
Yeah.
but you're a true number one wide receiver. Perform like it, and you will get what you want.
Well, what it's going to come down to is if Josh Allen can carry them through a playoff win or two.
Okay.
I mean, I think that he's frustrated that they've gotten close, but they can't seem to get over the hump.
True.
So,
a lot of people thought they won last year.
And a lot of people have pointed the finger at Josh Allen in that.
True.
So, it really depends on how far he carries them this year, on whether Diggs forces his way out next year.
That is
but
true.
I think this year he's good.
All right. We'll see how that plays out.
Yep.
Gary just popped in the chat. Good evening, sir. Nice to see Gary in the chat. First time he's popped in tonight.
Hey, Gary.
I mean, trying to think what else. I mean, touched on the Sixers already. I mean,
Yeah.
the only other
How
thing I
about the final end to the or the potential final end to the bloodline in
oh
WWE this year?
yeah, there we go. Now we can talk about something.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
I'll tell you what, I would be hard pressed to find a storyline in the last. I mean, going back, I think probably have to go back to the NWO, to the last storyline that had this kind of legs and was this well told.
Yeah,
I mean, they have taken care to make sure that this is played out exactly the way that it's played out, and I think Paul Heyman has a lot to do with it.
oh, well, without a doubt, easily.
I think Heyman has been the creative mind behind all the twists and turns that have happened thus far.
And what's going to happen too.
Yeah, because it's not over. I mean, it may be winding down, but it's not over.
Yeah, because Money in the Bank is coming up soon. I think you got another 2 3 weeks, so they're setting up Jimmy and Jay versus Roman and Sokoa.
Yeah.
So I think that you're gonna have a hard fought match, back and forth. There's obviously no championship on the line.
Yep.
So I think that Jimmy and Jay find some way to win it, and then Solo at the end turns on Roman, and Roman's left by himself.
And then Roman takes time off
No, then you have
because,
Roman versus Solo at SummerSlam.
well, you would think, but Roman has been asking for time off. I mean,
True.
he's held the belt for over 1,000 days,
Yeah, you gotta drop it eventually.
and he really hasn't had much of a break.
No, that is true.
So I think at some point, maybe Cody gets in the mix, and they finally give Cody the belt for a while to allow Roman to take some time.
Yeah, because you figure I don't know how they do it. They perform in 2 nights a week on national TV, but then you're also doing all these house shows and stuff every week too.
Yep.
It's a grueling schedule. I mean, they're being paid very well, but that's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, now on the other side of things, with the AEW rolling out that new TV show that they started this past weekend, they had a new show called Collision
Right.
that was on Saturday night. CM Punk came back and dropped probably one of the biggest pipe bombs he's dropped since he left WWE,
Yep.
which was awesome. I mean, the fact that that man can come back and have basically the freedom of speech to say whatever the hell he wants makes him that much more dynamic on the mic than anyone else ever.
Yeah. And apparently there was a rumor that he tried to reach out and make peace with the Young Bucks, but they would have nothing of it.
I believe it. I mean, a lot of people don't like Punk because he's arrogant. He's an ass.
Well, after the locker room incident,
Yeah.
the Bucks are out.
Which could you blame him for that?
No, not really. Not from the accounts I read.
Yeah. But that's professional wrestling at its best for you. I mean,
Yeah.
expect the unexpected, be shocked at the unexpected.
Yep.
Best way to put it.
Yeah. That's fair.
I mean, yes, it's all script, but there are some moments that do go off script that, like, you kind of want to do the Macaulay McCoster. Like, what? Or you're like shocked at your teeth, like, what the fuck did I just see?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, like, it sucks to see it, but like, you're going to see a lot more changes coming in WWE in the near future too. Especially now that they're merging, they're going to have. I think they're going to cut maybe a quarter of the roster.
Yeah.
So you're going to see some big names going.
Good chance.
and it won't be the same. And
Yeah.
that's why I say what Tony Khan's problem is. He has all these wrestlers under contract for AEW,
Hmm.
but you only have 5, 6, 7 hours of live TV time. It's hard to get people on TV,
Right.
and WWE's having that same problem. You'll see somebody one week, you're so excited they're back, but then you don't see them again for 3 weeks.
Right.
I mean, there has to be a happy medium somewhere in these promotions that allows you to bring out most of your talent.
Yeah, and you see, Jim Ross has to take some time off. He had some kind of a medical incident, and he passed out, and he got a big old black eye going on.
Yeah, that looks
He messed
scary.
his face up a little bit, so he's taking some time off. So
Yeah.
a lot of people thought that it was because he was going back to WWE, but that's not what's happening.
I mean,
You never say never, but I think that ship
yeah.
sailed.
But Triple H is also bringing back a lot of older people.
Yeah, but remember, Vince now has a say, which he didn't have before.
Yeah.
And if there's one guy that Vince has always jerked around, it's been JR.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it would be cool to see him back at ringside, but like you said, I don't see it.
No.
I mean, it's a shame.
They're real high on Graves. They signed him to a big money deal.
Fuck Corey Graves. Sorry.
They like Wade Barrett.
I mean, that surprised me when I saw him on commentary. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. He did a lot of NXT before that. So
Yeah.
with all the NXT talent coming up now, with the
Well,
uncertainty of NXT right now.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. With a lot of these, like, developmental wrestlers now in the main show, and the unforeseeable future of NXT as a whole, it's smart to bring somebody that you feel comfortable with on commentary, and that's where you said Barrett fits in.
Yep.
But if NXT does fold, where do all these young developed wrestlers go?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they're looking to cut. They're cut. Same thing they did with UFC when they bought out UFC. I don't know. I mean, I can see a mass release coming up.
Oh,
That's the rumor that's out there.
I would think probably after SummerSlam,
Yeah.
going into like the early fall, like September-ish, because there was a report also out there that with the media deal is starting to like sooner expire, that you might see a shift in like Monday Night Raw being taken off USA, uh, SmackDown coming off Fox, and one of the channels reportedly interested in I think SmackDown was FX.
Yeah, and Disney was in on that too.
I mean,
Disney Plus.
now my question to you though, does it hurt or do you gain viewership by going to a streaming service?
Yes and no. Depending what the price point is, depending on the channel, depending on the level of promotion. All those are going to factor in, I think.
Yeah, because I don't see a program like Monday Night Raw going to a streaming service based off the fact on how long it's been on cable TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it going back to maybe like a Spike or a Sci-Fi, sure, but to take it completely off cable TV and say you gotta pay $10 a month to Disney Plus to watch Monday Night Raw, I don't think people are going to do it.
Yep.
That's how I look at it. I mean, I think it'd be a big mistake.
Yeah. You can see where that could be a possibility.
So because you see what they were trying to do with the WWE Network, and that faltered really quick on them. So then they switched over to Peacock,
Yeah.
and now Peacock's trying to charge more money.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a win lose no matter which way you look at it.
That's true.
But no, that's pretty much all I got. I don't know if there's anything that you would like to add since you're a little late to the party tonight.
No, I really didn't have anything else for tonight.
Well, next week I want a Jake Cave update.
Okay, you got it. Absolutely. And Pache is back.
Yes.
He had a nice hit the other night, but I don't know. I can't understand why, if you're searching for offense, that you're not looking at bringing Jake Cave back up.
True. Is Castellanos hurt? Can you answer that for me real quick?
He has a stomach bug.
Is he? I know he wasn't in the lineup on Saturday, so
he missed 2 games with a stomach disorder.
Okay.
So he will most definitely be in the lineup tomorrow.
Okay. I was just curious because I was watching a little bit of the game on Saturday. It was actually a pretty good game on Saturday. And another question I had about Saturday also: who is Andrew Vasquez? I actually like the kid. He has some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not sure where he came from. I can find out.
I mean, I was just impressed because he pitched the top of the 10th, had 7 pitches. He had a nice play right back at him, and then he had 6 consecutive strikes for 2 strikeouts. So, I mean, me and Kevin Peak were watching the game together. We were both pretty impressed. Like, holy shit, like, who's this kid? Can't be that old neither, so. But everyone tuning in, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. I'm looking up who Andrew Vasquez is, a pitcher right now for the Phillies. So if you know and you beat Ron, feel free.
He actually came up from AAA.
Okay.
At Lehigh, he had a 1.04 ERA.
Wow. Pretty good.
Yeah. He's 31 years old.
Damn. All right, so he's been around a little bit. I wonder if he's always been with us or if we.
He was up one time before.
Was he?
I think. Or no. The guy that he replaced was.
Okay.
Bellotti.
Oh, Andrew Bellotti.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Sanchez is younger.
I mean, I was just really impressed. I had never heard of him before, and then to see what he did on Saturday, I was like, damn, okay.
That was he's 26, and that was his first start since last October.
Okay.
Against the Rockies.
So they do got some young pitchers in the minors, okay. Which is a very important piece to have.
Yep.
And then since I also did, you're probably looking at it now, but since they elevated Derek Hall from the IR and opted him to Lehigh, they outright cut Dalton Guthrie today.
Okay.
So Guthrie is gone.
Okay.
Which doesn't surprise me.
No.
I mean, a player like that, you're not going to just keep stowed away in AAA all year.
True.
So. But yeah, otherwise that's pretty much all I got.
Well, that could also be another hint that they're seriously considering the Goldschmidt thing.
Yeah, I mean, get their call back in the swing of things, have them pop some home runs, intriguing piece.
Derek Hall off the bench and plug Goldsmith into first.
That could get dangerous.
I could see that. And maybe you throw him in when you need to give Harper a day off as a DH.
True.
Maybe you throw him in a DH spot.
Yeah. Anything is
I
possible,
could I
really.
could see it.
Definitely happen. You never know.
Yep.
The Phillies are always full of surprises, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, pretty much all I got for sports night. It's been
Yep,
otherwise a relatively quiet week. Quiet week. I hope you had a good Father's Day.
I did. Absolutely. Thank you.
I mean, I wished everyone that when we started the show. Also, kind of hinted at the changes coming to the show.
Okay.
Tuesday night's about to get a little bit more crazier than it already is. Um,
Welcome back, Gary.
I'm back. My phone died. All right, welcome back, Gary. Nice to see you again. But Tuesday night is going to be a very interesting night now because you will no longer see me part of the show. I will be the Paul Heyman behind the scenes. I have officially handed over the reins to Tuesday Entertainment Night. If they change it, it's on them. But Morgan Peak and Shannon Mars are now your full-time host for Tuesday night, and I'm letting them do what they want to do. They want to sit there and roast me for 2 hours. They're going to be able to do it. They want to do games and stuff. They're going to do it. I mean, they might change the name of it. I don't know. I gave them full permission to basically do whatever they want. So Tuesday nights are about to get a little bit more interesting.
Yes, absolutely. Those guys did a great job this past week, and I see nothing but great things coming from them going forward.
I see great things, but I'm also scared at the same as point. Because that show could turn into a Johnny roasting hour real quick with those two.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then Wednesday we have Ron's new show, TV and Trivia Night. That he is going to be rocking a lot of trivia, classic TV trivia, old movie trivia. So if you like trivia, Wednesday night is now a night dedicated to you. Thursday night so far has been an incredible new hit with an open mic night. I mean, last week we were going for about 2 hours, and the chat was live and popping. We were asking questions to each other. Everybody was interacting with each other. It was great. And then Friday night is always our longest reigning show, I call it. It's Friday night movie night where we talk various subjects. We did movie soundtracks last week. Yeah, I mean, this show is blossoming, and we're going in multiple different directions. But I always say that there are shows for everybody. So we want you to tune in every single night. Even if you don't like sports, pop in and say hi. Even if you don't want to see two girls roast me all night, pop in and say hi. Show them support. Like playing trivia, pop in, show Ron support on Wednesday nights. Want to pop in and just talk about random bullshit, pop in Thursday night. There might be a twist coming to that show soon too. I gotta talk to somebody. And then Friday night, you always have Friday night movie night. As long as this show's on, Friday night is always going to stay Friday night movie night because that's what I call a staple show. That's Godfather's it, no matter what.
Yes.
Even if we change it to Tuesday night, it's still going to be called Friday night movie night.
Yep.
But the show is taking off. I mean, I can't thank Ron, Morgan, Shannon, and everybody who has helped Andrea, Mike Russo, get the show to where it's gotten today. It's because everyone who's helped build it, and then all the people who hang out with us in chat. Like I see a lot of top fan badges when I watch the show on my phone. So those top fan badges are a credit to you, the viewer, for tuning in week after week, commenting on the show. Gary says, "Give me credits." I mean, like it's just endless. Like how many people actually support us on a daily basis and help us grow this. I can't thank everybody enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're here for you guys. I mean, we do what we do, and we put in the work that we put in to entertain you guys. And the more you participate, the more you interact, the more you give us direction into the things that you want to see and you want to hear and that you want to talk about, it just helps us to better tailor the content to make sure that we are providing the best possible show we can on a nightly basis.
No, and Gary's right. Gary, I mean, that's where his credit comes in. Gary was the one many, many months ago who suggested, hey, maybe you could do an open mic night. And I like it. Now, since you want to take so much credit for it, Gary, you have to appear on the show one night. There's a challenge for you.
There you go.
You want to take credit for your show, sir. Now you got to be part of the show. He'll back out real quick, I guarantee it. Oh, I'm sorry. Is my mic still on? No one's supposed to hear that.
Inside voice. Inside voice.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yes, Gary, you invented the show. You have an open invite to your show whenever you want to come on, if you ever brave enough to. What does say? You say something? Oh, now he's gonna sit there and mock me. Okay.
Well, your mic did drop out, so.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Curtis, good day, guys.
Hey, Curtis.
Nice to see you in chat, Curtis. Thanks for popping in tonight. Just running no new fun activities on the show. I mean, I'm kind of scared about tomorrow night. I think they're just going to sit there and roast me for 2 hours.
Hey.
I told them they only have to include me in the planning.
You gave them the free reign. Then let's see what they come up with. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah. I mean, I did tell them if they want to change the name, they're more than welcome to. If they want to change the intro around a little bit, just tell me what kind of direction they want to go in. I will come up with something for them.
If they want to block me from the chat, they can feel free to do that.
They don't have that power. But I have considered telling them, hey, go on the StreamYard, type in my email address, and then once you're logged in, I can give you the code that they send me, so then they can have full control. But I'm not ready to give that full control just yet.
No.
I will be hiding the camera, getting to be able to do something I've been wanting to do. Now that I have a night off camera, I'm about to make the show even more expensive and expandable. But Shannon and Morgan, I have the utmost confidence in you. If you go back and watch this, I'm not talking bad on you. Love you both to death. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
Me too. I think it's going to be great.
A riot on wheels.
Yeah.
But that's all I pretty much got. I mean,
and I haven't been in Facebook jail yet, so I'm doing okay. Even after the refrigerator joke last week.
Yeah. And Gary's excited too. He said, me three. But
yep.
It should be a lot of fun. I think we're going to get that show started, I think, at 8:30 tomorrow night, maybe 9 o'clock. Again, I scheduled it for 8:30. If they need to push it back to 9 o'clock, it's on them. That's their show.
Yep.
And then Wednesday night, we'll be playing some trivia again. So make sure you tune in for that. That's always a fun night. Thursday, hopefully maybe one Thursday night soon, since he invented the show. Now he has to back up his talk. Gary got to come on the show. And I might actually add a twist to that show. Like I said, I got to talk to somebody. I already ruffled some feathers. I'm ready to ruffle some more.
Nice.
And then, well, I'll explain to you after we end. And then Friday night...
I might know where you're going with that.
Okay. And then Friday night will always be Friday night movie night. So plenty of shows have come this week. It's only Monday. You're just tuning in. Thanks for popping in tonight. We had Curtis pop in, Gary, Jack stopped in, Andrea. My friend Diamond said hi on Twitch. Mike Russo popped in again tonight. It was also awesome to see Mike in chat. So yeah. That's all I pretty much got. Thanks everyone for the support. And I will not see you tomorrow night, but I will be back Wednesday night.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I hope you guys have a great week. and I will talk to you soon.
Good night. No? Okay.